During the Battle of Khaybar, Ali ibn Abi Talib, radiyallahu Ali, allegedly lost his shield in the middle of the fight. Instead of retreating, he grabbed the iron gate of the fortress, ripped it off its hinges, and used it to protect himself for the rest of the battle. Later on, some reports say it took 8 men just to move that same door. But can a human from out generation be like him? Let's dive the video into 4 parts. Before we even talk about the Sahaba, we have to talk about the man who led them. The Prophet, peace be upon him, wasn't just a spiritual leader. He was physically at the top of the food chain. There's a famous story about a man named Rukana. He was the undefeated heavyweight wrestling champion of Arabia. He was huge, powerful, and honestly a bit of a bully about it. He challenged the Prophet, peace be upon him, to a match, thinking it would be an easy win for him. Instead, the Prophet, peace be upon him, pinned him 3 times in a row. Rukana couldn't believe it. He had never lost, and here was a man who focused on worship, yet had the core strength and technique to drop a professional fighter. This set the standard for the Sahaba. You don't just pray, you prepare. You build a body that is capable of defending the truth. So how did they get this level of strength? It wasn't just Ali radiallahu anhu in the door. Look at Khalid bin Walid. In a single battle, he broke 9 swords because of how much force he was putting into his swings. Imagine the grip strength and shoulder stability needed to literally snap steel from raw impact. Their secret wasn't a magic pill, it was their lifestyle. They didn't have gym sessions, their whole life was a workout. They were marching 50 miles in 45 degrees Celsius heat. Their leg day was riding horses without stirrups, which is basically an hour-long squat. And their diet? It was built for utility. They ate barley, dates, and water. Barley is a slow-release carb that gives you energy for 12 hours. They followed the 1/3 rule. 1/3 food, 1/3 water, 1/3 air. They stayed lean because in a desert fight, body fat just makes you a slow target. They were built for pure, raw endurance. They used the midday nap. Science shows a 20-minute nap at noon resets your nervous system and boosts your recovery. If you're grinding on edits or work, take that 20-minute break. It's a literal cheat code for your brain. The Sahaba fasted constantly. This doesn't just help your soul, it teaches your body to burn fat for fuel. It makes you metabolically flexible, so you don't crash when you miss one meal. You want to be a warrior? You need to be able to perform when you're hungry. To build the strength of a Sahabi, you have to move beyond the modern gym mindset. First, prioritize al-khushuna, or ruggedness. Don't just lift balanced dumbbells, carry heavy, awkward objects like sandbags or water jugs over long distances. This builds the stabilizer muscles and raw grip strength that machines can't touch. Second, weaponize the bukur. Science shows your testosterone and growth hormones peak in the early morning. Training immediately after Fajr hacks your natural biology for maximum muscle recovery. Third, train your foundational chain. Ditch the padded shoes for your squats and indoor movements. Training barefoot or in minimalist footwear activates the small muscles in your feet and ankles, giving you the balance and grounded power of a desert warrior. Finally, master the sunnah of the sprint. The Sahaba were famous for their explosive speed in al-kar wal-far, the charge and retreat. Instead of hours of slow cardio, do short, maximum intensity hill sprints. This builds a lean, powerful engine that doesn't just look strong, it performs under pressure. At the end of the day, their legendary strength wasn't magic, it was a lifestyle. But remember, the most refined body is useless without the strength of faith. The Sahaba didn't just train their muscles, they anchored their hearts in tawakkul. Physical power is just the vessel, but it's your iman that provides the fuel to stand firm when everyone else falls. Ruggedness, early morning discipline, and an unbreakable spirit. That is the true blueprint. Build the body, but more importantly, build the soul. Let's get to work.